Is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We got Albert up bright and early. Good morning to you. We got Bill. Good morning. Cheryl, Donna, Frank, JT's in the house. Good morning to Lauren, Marius, Martina, Matthew, Mike. Mike is joining us. Good morning to you. We got Peter, Rick, Shane, my boy Tim is in the house. All my people out YouTube land. We got David Cook speaks, says great morning. Great morning to you. Mari Mar trades. That's just a fun name to say. Mari Mar. Good morning. We got Joe says I bought some Palantir like twice and sold it. Just going to day trade until it pulls back so I can buy more. Yeah, I'm still holding my Palantir. But I feel the temptation. I feel the temptation. I know. I know. Seeing if we go a little higher, maybe I'll sell some calls or something against it. But the evaluation's starting getting a little crazy. A little bit crazy, but we've also seen AMD just run like crazy nonstop. We've seen Nvidia run like crazy nonstop. We've seen Meta pull off the lows nonstop. You gotta hold them sometimes, but I feel you. I feel you. You can also sell, Joe, if you want to. You can also sell puts. Just get paid till you get filled again at the price you want. Just throwing it out there. What's up, Lucian? Could we look at mRNA? We definitely could, but we'll start with the SPY. So not really a lot of news this week. I know we got the DNC convention kicking off later tonight, so maybe you get some political headlines or something like that coming out throughout the week. Otherwise, kind of on the slow side, I think, for news, unless I'm missing something, but the market ended fairly strong. Still at this spot where, and I did take out some puts on Friday just in case. I don't know what I'm doing with those ones yet. I actually set a little alert. If we get some price action, I think I set the alert for somewhere around here. Yep, 555.24, 555.25. If we start getting above that level, which we're running into at the moment, but if we start getting candles that close, I'm probably looking to just exit those, take us a very small loss, and then just going from there. Let the long term do its thing, and then next spot I would attempt. I don't know what I want to do here, but I guess next spot to attempt some puts, 558.01. After that, we have a small one. I don't think this is a huge level, but 559.80, and then back to like 561. And we do have this wide open gap. So really the next spot, I mean, besides a couple of those resistance, a little bit longer term, you're probably looking for 563.58. So still a little bit of ways to go up, but I've got the protection on the table for now. We'll see what happens. Again, took it out toward the highs of Friday. We haven't really done too much since. And again, they're there for protection. So at those levels, until we start breaking out, I'm going to continue to just play very small protection all the way up until we start breaking. We'll see what happens. But for today, at least, I think the next target in the bullish direction, providing that we could get past this one, which we are still running bullish, but looking for this 555.40-ish to cross. If we could start holding that level, I think the next spot, at least for today, is 557.92. And if we get nothing but just bulls in the house, just running like crazy, maybe that takes us up to 561.41. That's probably the stretch target for today. But I would even say back to this resistance, somewhere around 559.58 would be a decent spot to start moving some of those stops up and watch the market at that point. We probably hit some pretty decent hesitation. To the downside, we built in some support. So we have yesterday's support. This is a retest gap. So we'll see if we could get any selling at that major resistance. If we do, I'm looking for 544.19 to hold. If we start to lose that, that would take us to 552.64. That's a big one. After that, we probably got down to like 550.54. So we do have a few levels of support below us. We're not really kind of in danger of breaking any of those at this point. So I'd want to remain bullish, but at opening at resistance, see if we get that little pullback first and go from there. We got the Qs. So that means I'll probably be a little bit more hesitant at open. We're just kind of in that, even like Thursday, Friday, I was like, the direction's bullish. I still want to be bullish. I just don't want to be chasing the highs, and doesn't really fit my plan too well. But we got the Qs. So the Qs, again, nice little retest gap. So we are a little bit more bullish than bearish. Still inside day. We are at a resistance slightly above us. That's going to take us to about 476.28. The next mini spot up, which I don't think is that impressive, but 478.47. I think we hit a little resistance there. Stretch target again if we go completely bullish. I think the highs come in somewhere around 481.78. That looks like a really good resistance up there. So still a little bit of room higher, and the Qs also have this gap fill longer term. Run it back to like 495.60. I don't know. Peter says I would like a little pullback, a small one. I know. Yeah, my plan fits better when we get like an actual pullback as opposed to chasing highs into big resistance and hoping it breaks. For some reason, I don't know. Let's see. The first one I saw though was mRNA. Chilling. I thought they would be a little bit higher with monkeypox. Not that the company itself has monkeypox, but that I know of. I don't know. Am I breaking news here? The entire company got monkeypox. That's crazy. We did have a little breakout on Friday. It was a retest gap. We are above some key levels. You got a lot of room on this one, all the way up to 94.56. I don't know how much they do with the monkeypox. I think there's another company, GVox, I think, which is mainly more for that. Let me just see that one real quick. Is that the right symbol? No, it's not GVox. There's another company that starts with a G. I think it's more of a smaller cap name that's up a lot today. But mRNA does have some good little support down here. So big support on this one probably comes in somewhere around 84.53. I don't know if we come back for that retest. To me, it looks like we are probably trying, if we get a little mini high wave candle, I wouldn't mind playing this one bullish, but 87.43, big support on this one should be about 87.11. If we start losing that, then we might have a better chance for this 84.57 zone. But I like the distance on this one. That's $6, $7. All right, we'll get this one up. I haven't traded this one in a while. This one obviously was big in the COVID days, the long lost COVID days. I don't think it's that spready. No, it shouldn't be too spready, but that looks decent. And we have the 20 EMA all the way up at like 95, 91. I don't think we get there, but for today, again, unless things want to run crazy bullish and we end up filling this gap today to 94.50, I think the target where I would be kind of looking to exit is somewhere around this 91.30. See if we get some kind of something like this in a little longer term picture, little pullback to here, and then we try to break on second attempt. So somewhere right around there, I think would be my target. Otherwise, yeah, I think we had a nice little breakout candle on Thursday, inside resting candle, and especially we end up taking the break out of today's high candle. I would think that's also a decent swing trade too. So we'll get that pretty high on the list. We got Google and Sofi. Let's see. Jeff's going with Google with the L, so we'll stick with that one. We'll stick with that one. Yeah, I was looking at this one pre-market too. Pretty good double bottom off that 200 EMA on the daily. We're opening at a little resistance. This is also a retest gap. That's where I start questioning it. I think if we could get above this one, so if they give me like a high wave candle and I could take a break that would be entering above 165.62, I think I would try for the breakout. Otherwise, the real spot to try to catch this one would be somewhere closer to about 164. We know the entire SPY is at a big resistance, Qs a little bit. Maybe we get that pullback. We also got the 20 EMA. I got the 100 EMA coming in at 167.46. And then the next resistance I really have is 166.87. So that's my first target. If we think we can get past it, and we think we get past the 20 and the 100, then we have targets up to 169.77. That would be a really good trade if we could get it. But we do have a bunch of resistance that could hold us back. So what I would like to see, I'm not sure if this happens, but what I would love to see is we actually fail this one at open The entire market pulls back, including Google. We get some kind of retrace to there, and then we get that break. That would get us better risk reward. Where even if we're taking a little couple shares off the table there, couple shares off the table here, if not everything, and seeing if we get that breakout, I think that would be decent. But would love to see a pullback on this one. Not sure if we get it. It is a pretty decent gap. I love that double bottom for a swing trade. That might be actually setting up pretty decent as well. Um, but even on that swing trade, I would really like to kind of come in and catch it off that 164, 164.08, something like that. But we'll get Google a little bit higher. We'll see how that one wants to react. Before we go to SoFi, I also have DraftKings on the list. I was looking at this one pre-market too. Still inside day again. Would love to see a little pullback on this one to like 34, 34.06. But otherwise, we're probably this is our second day. We kind of closed above this last candle, so we're in the gap fill. I think we have room to about 35.83 on this one, so we have a little bit of room. Just want to watch that one. I think they came out with news today where they confirmed the $60 price target from Needham. They're the ones who came out originally with the $60 price target, pretty much right at the top, somewhere up here. Pretty close to the top, and it's been nothing but just selling since that came out. So we'll see how it does, but they did kind of reconfirm their $6 price target. We'll see if we get some legs on that one. SoFi. SoFi is right above that 100. We're at the high end. Actually, we're outside of Friday's range. The one concerning thing on this one would be the target. So I'm looking at 715. If we could start breaking 715, there's a couple of spots, 728-ish. We got that 200 up here. So I would say final target for today is about 732, which is a decent move. A little bit of a retest gap. We were taking out any bears that came in right at the 100. I'm still in it with the options. I still got the January 2026 options. So I hope it breaks out. But it hasn't done much. On terms of day trade, though, I gotta be cautious of that resistance. And then the market again is at a big resistance too. So if the market could break through, I'd give this one a little bit more hope. If the market cannot break through, and even with let's do a quick kind of trend line down to I'm freehanding this one, so I don't know how accurate, but that would also take us right into that 715. Hit this one, probably have to reject, and then we break out. So I think that 715 might be a tough one for today. We shall see. EL, yep. Este Lauder had earnings today as well. They came in with I gotta switch over my little arrow. There we go. So they came in with a beat, really good beat. Earnings per share, they beat by 148%. They did come in with an extra 73.5 million, so really good earnings, although they got killed right when it came out. I don't know why there was a big drop because the earnings kind of look pretty decent. But that one made a full recovery. That was pretty deep in the red, and now we're sitting in the green for the day. Let's go back to that. Yeah, you got a couple of shares pre-market. There you go. Smart man. Smart man. You're into a little resistance. The spot I would look to see if we could break through is about not far away. 97.13. Honestly, we could break that by the time the bell rings. We just broke it now. Yep, that's how quick that broke. Next resistance, 98.88. Let me see if there's any crazy volume. It's all on the bulls right now. Buying a company off the lows. Any volume zones? The next big one, I guess, 99.22 is probably too high. 98.89, so that's right back in that zone. Good company. Earnings look good. I don't know if they drop forecast or anything like that, guidance. But yeah, 2017 levels. I think they pay a divvy too, don't they? EL dividends. You get 2.78%. I would think there's some interest from the long-term community. You got price targets, long-term volume zone all the way back to like 146.92. I, I don't hate it. I don't hate it down here. Where was the highs? Yeah, that'd be 50% retracement. Or 50% gains. 375 was your highs. You're getting a discount. Getting a little bit of a discount. But yeah, no, to me, it looks good. It looks good for long-term investing. I've been watching this company for a while. I don't have any shares, but not a bad price. On a day trade, I don't even know if I want to come back for a full retest. I want to see if this $97 mark could hold. And then the problem with the day trade is you do have, I think, a huge resistance somewhere $100.69. You have a few resistance above that too, but so the day trade might be a little tougher on this one. I would rather be bullish than bearish, especially anybody who just saw that first red tick, started shorting, and now they're trapped. So we'll get that one higher. See what happens on that. All right, let's see which other ones I missed. Oh yeah, GOVX. That's the monkeypox one. Mm-hmm. They're up pretty crazy. So they're up about 50% right now, pre-market. But this one, and I think mRNA might be a little sympathy play. Again, you're buying it off the lows. I think this chart looks pretty horrific though. I don't know if monkeypox is the same as COVID. I don't think it is. I don't think we I think it's going to be one of those things in a probably couple months. We don't talk about monkeypox anymore. But for right now, hot topic, pretty good gap on this one, for sure. I think there is probably at least some fear. Like anybody that was sitting through the 2020 era of COVID, you get any kind of pox coming out after that. I think there's probably a little more fear than we would have had in 2019. So we'll see. But yeah, this is your direct play, I think, on monkeypox. We'll see. Yeah, I know it was Geo something. All right, we got crowd, and I do think probably the GOVX has a little bit more room to run in it, just as the story kind of develops, and you still got some time. But eventually, I think if that story goes away, you see a nice little dip again back on that one. But we got CrowdStrike. Ooh, still hanging out. Retest gap. Again, a little bit of resistance at 265.04. Target on this one for today, providing we get it over that 264 zone, would be about 273. So it has some more room on it. I like this one too. We're also above the 20, pretty far away on the 200. We got pretty decent close on Friday. So I think support 261.56 should be a big one. So even if you get that initial pullback, which CrowdStrike is a little tricky to trade. It does dip a little further than you want it to, and then eventually it kind of hits those targets. So if you're trying to play this one where this thing's opening at resistance, wait for that pullback, see if you can get it off that 261.56, looking for some kind of retracement, and then probably go. Might be better, but otherwise I do like it long still. I think we have another $9 higher. So we'll see. Let's see. What else did I miss? MO Altria. Yep. Nice opening price. I wish it was a little bit higher. This one doesn't move that much, so be careful on the day trade. I own it. I was buying a lot of it during I think it was 2023, 2022. I was getting a lot of it over here. No, that's 2020. I'm in it. My average price is like $41. Let's see, 2023. I don't know. Was it over here? I might have been buying it somewhere in this zone, but I'm already in it, so that's good. Trading it, it doesn't have a big range to it. It is a high divvy stock, probably a little less now, but I think it's still 9% divvies. Maybe eight something now. Let's see. MO dividends, 7.64. That dropped a lot. So yield dropped a lot, just obviously as the price has gone up, but not bad. But a lot of investors, including myself, are in this one for the divvy plus valuation. I do think it should be higher, so I'm still holding that one. Next bigger target, I think we could probably get to this $56, but not today. I think it's going to take a long time for that to happen. Otherwise, day trade wise, see if there's a little pullback into probably 51.23 if you want to take it. I typically don't trade. I got like a bug bite on my hand, so it's just started like itching me. I've just noticed I'm itching my hand. I'm like, what's going on? I think I got the monkeypox. I don't know. I don't know. GVOX, I need your help. I need your help. But yeah, this one's got some room for day trade purpose. I think it's maybe a little late for a swing trade to get into it. I prefer a little bit lower. Next target, I think takes us to about 52.26. That's where we probably tap today. And then 52.77 is the next big one. After that, you're probably looking at like 53.59. So if you get a small setup, you want your ranges a little tighter on this one because it doesn't move as much. But really good gap. Really good gap on that one. Let's see. Santilla's in the house. She says, Dell, is it a buy after drop? Is still not up. Let's see. Dell. I don't even know like where this bug bite came from. That's wild. I don't know. We got Dell. Uh, is it a buy? The real question is, do you like Dell? Do you like it long term? If you do, it's probably a buyable dip, especially if you're going to dollar cost average into this one. But we are above the. Keep in mind on this dip too, we had a lot happening with Nvidia. We didn't know if the bubble popped. We also had this crazy the yen carry trade. We had all this stuff that was going on. Lots of indecisiveness, I guess, in the markets. But you do have this 91.90 is a really good support. You're starting to head into resistance. So I think you could get up into probably this 118 zone, maybe like 120 zone. Still a lot of room, especially for day trades. But would I want to buy it even for a swing here? Probably not. Unless we got some kind of a pullback, maybe double bottom back down to like 91, 92. So if we end up getting some kind of fade, it's either here or much lower. Those would be the kind of two spots I'm looking for. One, two. For a swing trade potential, give myself some better risk to reward on the trades. Day trade purpose, I'd still be a little bit more bullish. I think you have a little resistance coming in on this one. And this has been the biggest problem for me last 2 days of trading, at least, not weekend. But all these things are just right into big resistance. I have 113.21. After that, we could get a good move, 117.58. After that, we got 123. So we got a lot of room to the higher side. I don't mind buying it. But if you're buying it for the long term, I have no problem with like I would have no problem buying Dell here. Knowing that I'm going to dollar cost average if this thing comes back, and if you're trying to get in here, you're just starting your position, you almost want to see the stock. You don't want to be right. You want to be wrong on your price. You want to be able to dollar cost average, build up your position to the size you want over time. Where if I'm taking like, hey, I want to put $20,000 into Dell, I'm not just jumping in here. Like I would have to dollar cost average into it. It is still pretty high up there. That being said, Nvidia's back on the table. AMD, I think they just bought, or I'm pretty sure they just bought another company out. I don't know which company it was. Let's see. They're buying ZT. It's good old ZT. We all know what that is. I have no idea. But as the chip maker looks to strengthen its AI data center. Okay, so ZT is a data center. So they're spending. This is actually a weird reaction from the market. Usually buyout news, the stock goes down because you're spending money, and then like so that money comes off your balance sheet immediately. and then you're looking to add the strength and grow it kind of back. We actually had a pretty good gap up. We've kind of come down. We're at that support. I would actually like to see how the support holds here. We were able to get past that 200 both ways, up and down pretty easily. We're at a 155 target, so I think there's some room on AMD. As long as this support holds where we're at now, this might be a sneaky little continuation play. Again, for some reason, and I can't figure out why, because you don't see a company buys out another company and then the stock goes up. The only thing I'm thinking is like investors are excited. They're trying to catch up to kind of Nvidia, and maybe they think it's a good purchase, but you're still losing that money off the balance sheet. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We got Baba. Baba, and then it's into the ones to look at SMCI as well. Baba looked a little bit better pre-market, so we're just at or slightly below Friday's resistance. Target on this one would take us to, for today, I think probably 84.52. So I'm not expecting a huge move. If it does want to go a little bit further, we got 86.18. But I'm looking more for probably a pullback. If we can't hold where we're at now, I look for a pullback, see if we can get that support of 83.20, which is essentially Friday's close on that one. Let's look at SMCI, and then I also see Amazon's target. So we'll try to run through those two. SMCI for right now, just chilling, not doing too much. You got big resistance right above you, 624.70. If we start breaking out of that, the next target takes us to like 668.14, but I think that's a really strong resistance we got right in front of us. Amazon, the zone. This one does have some more room. Kind of looks a little like DraftKings, actually. Let's get that one a little higher. Next resistance, which we've already hit. We struggled with it already. So if we get back up there, I think we could break through. But 178.35. The next target after that is about 181.18. So that's where I would be looking for gains. The next spot is about 182.45. Stretch target for today would be about 183.89. That's where I would just take my gains. But you got a little bit of room. Still got that 100 and the 50 EMA kind of right above you. But it looks decent. I think it's if you could get a small pullback, I would also say high wave candle on that one would be good for the breakout. Targets, retest gap, you have a pretty decent resistance. I don't know when I set up these lines, but that would still be in play. I would like a little pullback on this one, see if we could hold 143.99. Or if we start closing anywhere above 145.42, I would look for some continuation. But everybody on YouTube land, that was the morning bell. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We'll do this again tomorrow. We'll wrap it up, and then we come back right tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 9.